Thank you, Nicole. I certainly want to thank the Joint Center for bringing this project together and making sure that those of us who are in leadership in a variety of different roles are communicating with each other, and we're creating a partnership that we're taking national. And I think it's so important because I want to bring the practicality to you on really what this means to many of us. As a great honorable representative was speaking about his area in North Carolina, let me bring home really what this means. There are very many rural towns who are still trying to figure out how the American Recovery Act affect them today because of the lack of information. They don't have contact with what's going on around the country right now on the federal level on how those resources can really affect them on a local level. And so those individuals are disconnected. And we're talking about bringing that connection to them right at their home base where they have to function on a daily basis. That's one practicality. A second practicality to this. I'm working on a project in the National Council of Association of Black County Officials to bring food centers to various parts of the country where we can get fresh foods into your community so your people can eat better foods and become a lot more healthier. We're talking about the opportunity to use technology for farmers to be able to tell us when they're planting and harvesting so we can get those foods into your communities on a more frequent basis. That's a connection that farmers can now be able to increase their movement of their products from the South to the North, to the Midwest, to the East, and to the West Coast. That's a real connection for us. Lastly, it's becoming an issue just like the cell phone. Everybody in this room is now connected with their families because you have cell phones. You're connected to your offices, your doctors. You're connected to everybody in your world because you now walk around with a cell phone. Let's say the same thing about broadband. The same thing around broadband. We're connecting people where they have a need and a usefulness of the service. And that's simply what we're trying to do with this connection of what we're trying to bring together right here is make sure people have access to the connection because we're more disconnected than we are connected sometimes. And we're just trying to close the gap on that disconnection and make sure people have access to what everybody in this room has right now today. And we're trying to improve the quality of life for all of those. And so it's bringing real-time information to people who have a particular need, those who are so disconnected. And so I thank you again, Joint Center, for the work you're doing. Mr. Cox, Representative, thank you all. Dr. Turner, Dr. Lee, thank you as well.